Hello everybody, Mark here, and today I'm going to be doing a pork chop stir fry. Okay, it involves the two pork chops that were left over from the Sandwich of Righteous Justice challenge that I did the other day. That was with, have a look at that, type that in, Sandwich of Righteous Justice. That was a pork chop that I shredded. Okay, so the two pork chops that are left over, I'm going to be cooking those up, cutting them into tiny pieces, into sort of dice cubes, you know, diced up. Anyway, yeah, cook that up. I'm going to be putting it with a jar of Uncle Ben's stir fry. There we have it. Then I'm gonna, let's see, what did I, oh, also with that sandwich, I had to buy three peppers. The co-op don't sell stuff in singles. So I had to buy a green, a yellow and a red one in a pack. The green, so the red and yellow, they're the ones the left over, so I'm going to be throwing those in. And also, for good measure, I'm going to be using the last three hash browns that were, but you know, there's three in a bag left over. In fact, those three were left over from a couple of challenges ago. I've still got, I think I've got 2 or 3 left over from the Asda challenge. I'll throw them in. I'll make that 6 hash browns. Okay, anyway, so what I'm doing, I've got the frying pan, as you can see that there. Right, I've got the frying pan, the 2 pork chops in there. Once they've sealed, once I've sealed them with the heat, then I'll cut them up into strips. Give them a good cooking, make sure they're nice and dark. I don't know how to cook peppers, actually. I've never cooked peppers before. So what I'll do, I'll fry them off, I think, a little bit, and then I'll put the stir-fry sauce in there. Anyway, okay, come back in a few moments, well, not in a few moments, the next scene will be when they're just about ready to cut up. Okay. Okay, so what I'm doing here is, they're browned off slightly. I think I need a little bit more oil. That's just regular sunflower oil, I think. Okay, so I'm going to get busy cutting all this into strips, and then into, actually, get rid of the fat. I don't want the fat in there. I should have taken that off before I put it in the fryer. Okay, yeah, taking the fat off the edges. I can get a bit of a problem chewing that. Okay, so the heat is on 7, so it's just below halfway. Just want to cook these over gently. It's not easy when the pan's moving around, but I find it easier to cut up when it's partly, as it's cooking, you know, when it's partly cooked. When it's raw, it can be a bit of a problem, bit difficult, I find. I mean, not impossible, but you know, it's just easier as it's cooking. Okay, so I'm just cutting these up into pieces. Right, for 2 reasons. You know, they're one, it cooks quicker when they're in small pieces, I find, and 2, it's going to get mixed in with the rice and the peppers, you know, and it's going to be a stir fry. So I don't, you know, it's not going to be like a roast dinner where it's one big piece. So and I want to be able to pick it up with a, you know, just scoop it up with a spoon. Okay, so we just take each piece cut it into little pieces, and that is about that. Now, if you, as you're going through, you're stirring, if you find a big piece, just cut it up there. Okay, and just there's another piece there, just cut that in half. Cut that in half. Big piece of fat there, and all that. Okay, yeah, they all look good sized pieces. Just the odd one here and there you might want to cut in half just to make them smaller. Okay. Okay, and then we're just going to go carry on and fry these up a little bit longer. And it's still on 7.5. Just let that gently cook away. Okay, and in a moment I'll throw in the peppers. Right, and okay, now the meat is pretty much brown. There you go. That's about as brown. Normally I would like it a bit browner there. I might just cook it for a few more minutes till it's extra. In fact, I've turned the heat up slightly. It wasn't. I put it up to 8. I might put it up to 8.5 now, out of the 12, just to get it browned off a bit quicker. Now, what I'm going to do now, I managed to. I pulled out an extra 2. So 2 of these are Asda, 2 of them are, or 3 hash browns are Co-op. Doesn't really matter. So there's 5 of them. I'm going to put these in the convection oven. I think they go on at right. Pull the 200. Right, fan. Oh, 200. Huh. Oh yeah, 200. Yeah, 200 degrees according to the packet. Okay, so they're in there. They're going to take about sort of 10-15 minutes or so. Okay, the meat is, I'll show you that again. The meat is slightly more browner than you saw it last. Okay, I'm going to get the container with the excess fat. What I do, I put it in there because it's a good place to get rid of it, rather than, you don't want to put it in the bin because it'll melt the bag. You don't want to put it down the sink. Whatever you do, you'll end up getting a blockage in there. So I put it in here, and it lasts for ages. You know, you can it'll take ages to fill that up. All it is a 2 litre bottle. I've taken the top off and inverted the top, you know, so to make a funnel. When you pour hot fat in it though, it does bend out of shape. But what you can do, next time you have a 2 litre bottle, cut the top off and throw this back in the recycling and use the new top as a funnel then. Okay, let me see. Alright, I'm going to put the peppers in. I don't know whether that's the right order to do that, but what the hell, right? Okay, I'm just going to mix them around, and in a moment, when I figure that's done, then I'm going to put the stir-fry sauce in there. This has got water, pineapple at 15%, tomatoes at 13%, sugar, carrot at 6.6%, vinegar, onion, modified maize starch, green pepper, red pepper 2.6%. So that's basically all you do is put in more ingredients than it already has. Yeah, and what it is, I mean, they're actually, I mean, these peppers, you got 1 green, 1 red, 1 yellow pepper. Unfortunately, like I say, the Co-op don't sell them individual. It's a bit of a drag. But I think it was like £1, I think. So if my memory's correct there, you know, it's like 33p each. But the trouble is, I mean, I'm buying peppers I don't really bloody need, right? So that's why I'm putting them in the stir fry today, just to get rid of them. And I've still got the green ones to go, so I'll have to dream up something to put that with. Oh, by the way, today's Sunday. So tomorrow I'll be starting the Tesco £25 challenge. Let me tell you, I managed to get loads of stuff. You know, before in the Asda, I ran out of vegetables in the after about 6 days, 6 or 7 days, and I went on to make like 9 dinners, you know, something like that. So I ran out early. This time I bought more veg. I've got more meat items. I've got some meat, but other stuff is involving meat. Say, for example, I've got some different flavour Kievs this time. I mean, they're meat and they're chicken and breadcrumb and you know, all kinds of stuff. Let me see what else I get. I've got some. Can't remember. Jesus Christ. Oh yeah, I've got some pork chops. I've got some chicken mini fillets. I've got some Kievs. I've got some meat pies. I've got all kinds of stuff. Got loads of veg. Anyway, so that'll be starting tomorrow. So check that out. Right, I'm going to turn the heat down to 7. I'm going to put the sauce in with the pork chops and the peppers. Put that there in case I need it in a moment. Yeah, it's always good to keep the jar handy, because if this starts to thicken up too much, you can always put a little bit of water in and then just throw it in. Oh wow, tell you what. Look at that. Hey, that looks pretty good, doesn't it? Hey? It's got 2 pork chops, sweet and sour sauce with a load of vegetables in it, and 1.5 peppers. 1 yellow and half a red. Okay, so I'm going to put that on there. So that'll I just want that to sort of simmer away, and then when that gets pretty much ready, then I'm going to cook up the rice here. This one's the Co-op Golden Vegetable Rice, cooked long grain rice with red pepper, more red peppers, Jesus, carrots, sweet corn and peas. It costs 79p, which is cheaper than the like Uncle Ben's and all the rest of the other brands that they got. And I got 5 hash browns in the convection oven. Okay, so we'll come back in a moment and we'll show you a little bit more. What I've done just now is, so the hash browns are about a few minutes away. It was getting a little bit thick, so I put some water in the jar and give it a swish round to get all the little bits from the inside the jar, and I put about 4 or 5 4 or 5 tablespoons of water in here to oh boy, I've just set, I didn't realise the other ring was on the cooker. Shit, I wonder what that smell was. I accidentally turned the ring there, so a ring went off. Just burnt a hole in the cornflakes in the cereal box. Now there's a lesson for you. Always keep an eye on when you're cooking, right? Because look at that. So what I do, my cereal was on the back of the cooker there. Somehow when I was cleaning it with a rag there, I accidentally nudged the button, and it started to burn the cereal box. Yeah, I actually thought it was the stir fry that was burning. I could smell it, but oh dear. Okay, anyway, there's a disaster near averted. What did I say? Oh yeah, that's the thing. I was choking away. Yeah, anyway, I'm going to deal with this. All right. Anyway, I'll put some water in now. I'll come back in a few moments. Right. Okay. I think I've got rid of the smoke and the burning cereal box, so all's good now. That is pretty much done. What I did, I put an extra. Actually, what I'll do while I'm talking, I'm going to put the rice in the microwave for 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Now I put a little bit more water because it was starting to thicken up. Because what I'm doing, I'm trying to juggle this with the hash browns that are in the convection oven, and I've got to time it with the rice also, and deal with bloody burning cereal boxes. So anyway, so the mixture, there's the stir fry sauce was got a little bit thick. So as I normally do, I put a little bit more water in there just to thin it out. It's nothing, no big deal. I mean, the main ingredient in this is water anyway. Water, then pineapple at 15%. Oh yeah, yeah, and also this has already got green and red peppers at 2.6. So I've put another 10% in there, I reckon. So that'll make it extra good. Yeah, it's starting to. Yeah, again, it's starting to thicken. What it is, it's just the water, all this steam, as I've mentioned before, all this steam is just water vapour coming up out of the food. So the more water vapour that comes out, the less water is in the food, the thicker it is. So all you just puts them back in, you know. Same as if you're making, you know, soups or anything like that involves boiling the food. You know, when it steams, there's just water leaving the food, so you can just add some back to it. That's all. Right, got my pasta bowl ready. There we are. Somebody asked me about the pasta bowl a little while back. I don't know where I got. I've had this for so long. In fact, I remember at one point we used to put, you know, pile it up with fruit. You know, but of course nowadays I just use it as a food bowl. You know. In fact, there was something that popped in my head. We were talking about training the last couple of videos and nutrition and stuff. When I used to, when I was training, I actually used to eat out the saucepans. You know, either the saucepan that I cooked the food in, or I would get a big saucepan out of the cupboard, and use that as a bowl, because it was the only thing that was big enough that would hold the amount of food that I was eating for my dinner. You know, regular plates just wouldn't hold enough dinner, and that's what I like about this. You know, it holds a lot. Okay. I'm going to put the 5 hash browns. Now these were the, like 3 from Asda, 2 from the Co-op, something like that. Basically from the last few couple of, I've done 2 challenges so far. Tomorrow will be the 3rd, starting with a Tesco one. So yeah, I mean, after each challenge I have a few ingredients left over. So this is a good way, in between challenges, this is a good way of getting rid of some stuff. You know, I was going to put, I've got 2 or 3 or 4 croquettes left from the Asda challenge. I was going to put them in, but I thought, no, I've already got 5 hash browns. That's going to be way too much potato. I'll use them up on the you know, with some other dish. I'll throw them in somewhere. Anyway, okay, so what we got here, I've just, as you saw, I just put the rice in, and I'm giving it a good old mix. And I'm going to dump it on top of the hash browns. Yeah. I mean, you can pretty much add a lot of stuff to this. You could put chips, you know, if you don't have any hash browns. If you're a regular, you would have seen me put onion rings. Yeah, there you go. I've put the cereal box in the sink to cool off a bit. Oh man, it's like half a box of cereal there gone having some. But that's what happens, you know. If you're not paying attention and you accidentally hit one of the switches, that's what happens. Anyway, okay. What was I talking about? Can't remember. Yeah. You can. I put hash browns. If you want, you could have put onion rings. You could have put croquettes in there. You could have put chips in there. You know, anything's good. This is pork, maybe a pork chop. You know, I mean, you've seen me do this with chicken before. I don't know what other meat you could have put with Chinese. I mean, I think I put bacon in here before. Yeah. Anyway, tell you what, I'm going to try one of the additional peppers that I put in there. They've held their crunch. They've been cooking in there for about 20 minutes. They're quite crunchy, very nice. The sauce is quite sweet as well, it's very nice. I'm using Uncle Ben's. The reason why I bought that is probably because it was on special. I only buy Uncle Ben's and other name brand stuff when they're on special. Because quite often the Co-op and other places, they'll put the name brands down in price very close to the shop prices. I mean, let's see. I bought some. The other day I made a pasta dish. That big bowl, that big jar of Dolmio. There, I've got it over there. Just Dolmio meatball sauce. That was only 25p more than the Tesco, than the Co-op shop brand. You know, when that's at regular price, I wouldn't go near it. I'll get a shop brand. But as it was only 25p more, I thought, you know, spend the extra money, why not? You know, and you know, try a slightly different flavour, see what it's like. You know, it was quite good. But then the Co-op own brand is quite good as well. You know, it's normally it's like half the price. Anyway. That is how we make stir fry with 2 pork chops and 1.5 peppers, which I've cut up and diced. Put them in. Uncle Ben's sweet and sour sauce, some leftover hash browns. If I'd have had onion rings, I would have thrown them in as well. It's all good. And of course, you don't have to stick with pork chops. You can make chicken, you can have steak, you can have bacon, you can have a mix of a bunch of different meats. I've done that before. I've had 2 or 3 different meats in a stir fry. Yeah, anyway. Thank you very much for watching. Come back tomorrow. I'll be starting the Tesco £25 challenge, and I've got a feeling I'm going to do some really good dinners there. Okay, anyway, thank you for watching. Bye-bye.